Guten Morning, mein Herren. Woo! Welcome back to Strong Man Personal Finance. My name is Christopher Belly. I'm a certified CPA accountant. I'm a long-term boglehead investor. I'm author of the book Stop Being a Broke Loser. It's on Amazon, and I'm offering weekly seminars. If you're interested, shoot me an email. I cover the topics of taxation, personal finance, and many other things that actually will help you build wealth. Now, what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about the military, bro. Army, who will clap your hands? Huh? I'm a soldier. So if y'all didn't know, I am actually a veteran. I'm a veteran, bro. I'm a veteran. I served my country. I got my benefits. I got my GI Bill. I got my VA disability check. I got everything, man. I'm a hero. So a lot of people, they promote the military because there's so many great benefits and you get a retirement after 20 years and nobody else gets that. And that's 100% true. And I'm not going to say that I'm anti-military. Oh, world peace, bro. World peace. Why can't we all just get along, bro? No, I'm actually really glad that I joined the military. I got my college paid for. I got my first bachelor's degree in history, completely paid for. Army paid my tuition. School gave me room and board. I got paid to go to college. Shut up. My degree in accounting. My bachelor's degree in accounting. Because first I got a history degree because I was an idiot. And then I got an accounting degree, a bachelor's in accounting. That was paid for by the GI Bill. My master's in accounting at Western Governors University. That was paid by the GI Bill. VA disability. I get a freaking check every month because of some injuries I sustained in the military. And lots of other stuff. And I'm still in the reserves to get, the healthcare benefits. So there's a lot of great things you can do in the military, okay? And if you are considering joining the military, if you want to do one tour, you should. You should definitely try it out because it's really not a bad thing. It'll set you up for life, in my opinion. However, if you don't like the military, if you're in the military and you hate the bureaucracy and the cock gobbling and all that stuff and the ass kissery, get out, okay? Don't stay in the military because you want my pension, bro. So the way the military works, well, when I joined, is if you do 20 years in the military, you get a pension for life the second that you retire. And your pension is calculated by taking the number of years you served times 2.5% times your base pay. So basically, if you do 20 years, you get half of your base pay when you retire. Now, the longer you stay in, the larger your pension is because you get 2.5% of your base pay, 2.5% times the number of years. So obviously, the more years you do, the more you get. So you can come out of the military after 30, 40 years, and you can make a ton of money in that pension, assuming you make it that far. However, by staying in the military for your entire career, or at least for 20, 25, 30 years, you have a massive opportunity cost. And there's a reason the military gives a pension. It's because when you get out of the military, you really have no skills. Now, a lot of people may be offended by that because they'll say, oh, well, there's doctors in the military and there's this and that. That's true. There are some very few jobs in the military that directly transfer over to the civilian world. But the vast majority of jobs, even jobs that you think might transfer over, really don't, okay? For example, we'll talk about military police. So if you're a military policeman or woman, equality, you might think, oh, I can just get out and become a cop. Well, from what I hear, police departments don't like the military, ex-military MPs, because they do things totally different. And it's a totally different world between, enforcing law and justice on a military base and in the private sector. And on top of that, if you get out of the military as an MP and you start off as an entry-level cop, you're probably not going to be happy with your pay. Infantry. I was infantry. Literally no job skills. You get out of the military and your only marketability is, I'm a manager. I know how to manage. But in reality, you know how to manage a military organization that, your whole job is to just kill people. That's what your job is in the infantry. Where does that translate in the civilian world? So sure, you get out, you get this pension, which you think is so amazing, and then you say, oh crap, I can't find a job. And what you have to do is either go and completely change your skill set or accept some stupid government job that is mind-numbing, bureaucratic, and lame. That's what happens to the vast majority of people in the military. They get out and they either go back to college, get a skill, or if they do a certain amount of time, they get some comfy, lame, boring government job because they don't have skills anywhere else. So by getting that pension, what you're sacrificing is building a skill set, building a bunch of businesses when you're young that could actually pay you more than the military. Now, like I said, the pension isn't bad, but if you think about it, you're still gonna have to work. If you're getting half of your base salary, even with that pension, it's nice to have, you're still gonna have to work. So the whole point of you retiring early on the military, most likely you're not going to, especially if you have kids, multiple kids, a spouse. You can't retire off that pension. You will live in poverty. I can guarantee you that, because your military pay consists of not just your base pay when you're on active duty. It also consists of a housing allowance and a food allowance, which you don't get as part of your retirement. So that's number one. Number two, pensions suck. Why? Well, think about it this way. Would you rather have $2 million or a pension that pays you $5,000 a month? Now, there's pluses and minuses to both, you know? If you have $2 million, you know, that could potentially go to zero if you manage it like a clown and you follow Jeremy Financial Education. However, if you are smart with your money, which it isn't that hard to be smart with your money, just be a boglehead, you have $2 million. You have an insane amount of flexibility that you can use to employ that money and, you know, potentially have a much better lifestyle. With the pension, you literally only get that $5,000 a month. That's it. So if you have a big expense, well, you got to wait till you get your next freaking check. You're dependent on that check and you have to wait a month. If I have a huge expense from my $2 million nest egg, if I need to pull out $100,000, I can do that with a snap of my fingers. Okay? Now, I almost stayed in the military active duty for 20 years, and it was solely because of that stupid pension. And I hated it. I thought it was so lame, especially as an officer. Like, once you get past the platoon leader level, maybe company command level, you're mostly working on a staff, okay? You're there lining up PowerPoint slides, literally, getting yelled at because the slides aren't perfect and, like, the lines aren't straight. And you're just a bitch. That's all you are. I have so many stories, like working in a staff. We went to this place called the National Trading Center. And I remember literally like working till 3 a.m. preparing this PowerPoint presentation. And we actually slept in the building because we just didn't have time to walk back to our barracks. And the next day, our major comes in to look at our work. And despite all the good work that we did and all the planning, we got reamed because the lines on the PowerPoint slide were not bold or something stupid like that. Like, it was the most ridiculous thing possible. So I look back at that and I'm like, how could I have possibly thought that I could do 20 years doing this stupid crap just for this measly little pension? Now, when I was in the military, I didn't have really a lot of time for side gigs, because what happens in the military, you get deployed, okay? You go to the field. And if you want to start a side business, good luck with that. But now that I'm out of the military, I'm literally home every day at 5 or 6 o'clock. And I can use that to build side businesses. And lo and behold, now I have YouTube revenue, I have seminar revenue, I have book sale revenue, because I actually had time to develop these streams of income. Now, it's funny because I think my YouTube revenue is gonna quickly outstrip any possible pension that you could get from the military. And I wouldn't have been able to do YouTube had I been in the military. So, the whole point of this message is there's nothing wrong with doing 20 years in the military. And you do get a pension, and it's great because you get a check every month for the rest of your life. But Don't get sucked into this mindset of, oh, I need to get my pension because in the private sector, you don't have a pension. Well, yeah, there's a reason the military gives you a pension. It's because you don't have any skills. I'm sorry, you don't. And I can tell you this as a veteran, you don't. The vast majority of veterans don't have skills. And what they have to do is join a soulless, lame government job and work with a bunch of freaking clowns. So don't ever get sucked into anything because it offers a pension. They're called golden handcuffs. If you focus on building a skill set, getting yourself on social media, building streams of income for yourself, you can far outpace anything you can make in the military. And the fact that you don't have a guaranteed check every month, who freaking cares? I mean, you could generate your own guaranteed check by using your investments. And this took me a long time to realize. So that's the whole lesson is, I don't hate the military. I think there's a lot of clowns in the military, but there's also like really good people there. And you just got to be really thoughtful about, you know, not getting trapped in a situation where you're unhappy because you want my pension, bro, my pension. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the videos. If you hate me, if you think I'm a vet phobe, you can go ahead and post a comment. But I'll see you guys later. Cheers.